intended to be comedic, informative in nature. There may be some cuss words, because that's how humans in the real world talk. But with that said, expressed on this show do not serve in any way to demean or dismiss the right to the beliefs our audience or anyone on our panel may have. Now get ready to take it all in, as the countdown to crazy begin now.
3, 2, 1, go.
Sports people to another episode of the Sunday Night Sports Nerd Show. My name is Big E. For the next 60 minutes, Scott as his co-host, also known as the Ram Pack, will bring all the smoke they got in order to set this show and all of Sports Nerd Nation on fire. So sit back and lock in, Nation, as I set this episode off by introducing you to the founder, the host, and the star of the Sports Nerd Show, Scott, the Sports Nerd Wright.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Nerds, proudly streaming 3 times per week now on the Sports Nerds Network. I am your host, Scott, the Sports Nerds Wright, and along with my co-host, Mr. Eliot, Big E Lamba, Bills Mafia member John Olson, Ken Go Cowboys Coslow, and Wayne 49ers Forever Lynch. We will discuss the week, or the last 2 days that was, in the world of sports. We are live Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday nights on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and on the blockchain, courtesy of Vim.tv. If you missed the live broadcast, you can watch the replays on Spotify, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and on the blockchain via Peak D. Happy Tuesday, guys. What's going on? How y'all doing? We covered first weekend, I'm assuming, and the women's WNBA draft last night, I understand, was pretty dramatic, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I am in the minority on this panel. I did not watch a minute of the WNBA draft. However, Eliot watched the entire first round. I bow to you, sir, for going through that.
Give me props for getting up to pick number 8.
Talk about open-minded, right?
Yes.
Hey, check it out. Bible studies and the WNBA in the last week. How am I doing?
Becoming more diverse.
Yeah, I'm expanding it.
Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. My cohort, Miss Cheryl Hollers, in the house. Hi, Sheila. Good to see you as well.
Sheila,
Hey, Sheila.
What's up, Sheila?
Yep. Like I said, Cheryl's here. I know she's here because she's supporting me, and
Ken's
I appreciate that.
Oh, Sheila.
No. Oh gosh. Yeah, Cheryl and I will be going on a trip in a couple of weeks on the 3rd of May to Asheville, North Carolina, to rescue her best friend and another good friend of mine from 30 years ago. And I am so looking forward to this trip, you guys. You have no idea. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So much
anyway,
so we're not going to be on the air on the 5th and the 7th.
We're not going to be on the air on the 5th or the 7th. Correct.
You said you're going to Asheville?
Asheville, North Carolina. Yes, sir.
If you get a chance, go by the Biltmore house.
Maybe.
Or the Biltmore mansion.
Depends on how much time we have, because we got to get this girl packed up in the truck and head south. So we'll see what happens. Sheila says she did not watch a minute of the WNBA draft.
Sheila, I watched the entire first round, girl.
I got up to draft number 8.
Again, you guys got more than I did last night. You know.
Hey, I was looking at the fashion behind it all too, because it's women, dude. You know, when women get out.
That girl from, I want to say, that player from Stanford is one tall drink of water. She's freaking.
Oh yeah.
My goodness.
6'4" Cameron Brink. Yes.
Yes.
She's a massive shot blocker and defender. And she's going to go really well and she's staying in the state of California because she's going
to LA, didn't she?
Yeah, going to the Sparks. Yep.
Yeah.
But the Chicago Sky, they're going to be tough. I mean, they got Cardoso and they got Angel Reese.
Yep.
Good stuff, man. I may even watch some games next year.
I will watch more games than I have.
Starts what, June or July?
I think it's June, maybe July. I don't remember, but I will watch more games than what I have in the past.
Their season.
May 14th.
Really?
Yep.
How about them Red Wings, Wayne? How about them Red Wings the other night, getting that win in overtime?
Of course,
Keeping their
now
playoff hopes alive.
Let me put it this way. I was
You had
sweating
no words
when
at
it
this
went to
point.
overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it went to
Oh,
overtime.
And I'd like to go ahead and congratulate the Rangers for securing themselves a first-round exit in the playoffs.
Correct. The President's Trophy belongs to the New York Rangers. You are correct, sir. Yes.
And President's Cup.
Oh, Sheila, you're a Red Wings fan? All right,
Yes, she is.
cool. Nice.
She's your relative. You don't know this shit, Wayne?
No, she's not.
No, I thought she was a relative. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think so.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
All right. So while we're on the subject of the NBA, let's look at what we got. We got the play-in games starting tonight. Warriors and Kings are playing tonight.
Then the second game, and then Lakers and
the Pelicans are the first game.
Correct. Now, how does this work, guys? I mean, I'm not really familiar with how
Okay, so the
play-ins
7-8
work.
the 7-8 seeds, whoever wins that game becomes the 7th seed in the actual playoffs. Okay, the loser of the game goes and plays the winner
of the 9-10.
Of the 9-10 game.
So the losers say the Pelicans beat the Lakers. The Lakers would play the winner of the 9-10.
Yeah,
correct.
either Golden State or Sacramento.
Okay, and whoever wins that game plays the Pelicans to get in the playoffs.
In LA, by the way, in LA.
Oh yeah.
And then whoever wins that game would be the 8th seed and would have to play OKC.
Okay.
The big thing right now is there's a few people, including Mr. Greenberg on
Oh God.
that have suggested that the Lakers should lose tonight so that they can avoid Denver in the first round. Because
You know what,
if
Mike
the Lakers
Greenberg?
win tonight,
I mean,
they're gonna
again,
play
guys,
the
I'm
Nuggets.
going to go off on a rant here, okay? Mike Greenberg, as the face of ESPN, is a friggin' abomination.
Actually, he's not doing so bad. You
No.
know what? I felt that way about a while back after the Golick situation.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. He pushed Mike Golick out of ESPN.
But here's the thing that has changed him is that it's not Mike anymore. It's him, and he brings the people with him. At the desk, he'll have NFL people, NBA people. You know what I'm saying? He's always got like Graziano. He's got Perkins for the NBA. He even brings in the WNBA girls.
Again, Sheila says it right. Greeny is a tool.
Well, he is a tool, but you know what? It is what it is. He's getting ratings.
I mean, the guy eats pizza with a fork and knife. Give me a freaking break.
That's fine. I know people with a lot of quirks. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I'd love to have his bankroll for being a tool.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
I can't argue
tool
with
too
that
if it gave me that money, that kind of money.
He did bank some money. Yes, I got you on that one. You know, but still,
He might be a tool, but he ain't stupid.
no, he's not stupid.
Some of what he says are hot takes as well.
He's annoying as hell. He's
It's
his
kind of
hot
like
take.
it's his version of clickbait.
Well, I totally believe that he says those hot takes just to get the ratings, just to get the clicks, just to make himself.
Well, just to get a rise
visual.
out of, and to get a rise out of the panel, whoever that may be that day. You know, I mean.
Well, if the
today
Lakers, no, go ahead. I was gonna say if the Lakers tank and they go to 8, just so they can avoid Denver, be careful what you wish for.
Experts were telling them, like Tim Legler, they were saying, look, you don't go into this twos because guess what? If they lose, they're going to play Golden State or Sacramento, who have beaten them.
They're gonna lose anyway.
You know what I'm saying? So if they go to Denver, give a shot. I mean, Denver's beaten them 9 times in a row, and 4 times by double digits. So chances are, who was it that said that tonight they're gonna? Oh, it was Shannon Sharp on First Take. He goes tonight. Oh, no, not Shannon, because he's a big dick rider when it comes to the Lakers. He's the biggest LeBron dick rider on TV.
Yes.
But he calls him Goat James. That's his name for LeBron. But they're going to earn the right to play 5 or 6 more games because they're not beating Denver. In a 7-game series, they won't beat Denver. last year. So.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, I thoroughly enjoy any time the Lakers go down since they cheer for them. You know, I'm gonna be in a bit of a dilemma. Well, they're not gonna make the NBA Finals anyway. But if they did and they were playing Boston, I might have it for Boston.
Boston, really?
Back in the day when Magic and them were around, I was used to Lincoln.
Unbelievable.
Well, I hated both teams back then. I still do, but.
But yeah, tonight ought to be interesting. I mean, I guess Anthony Davis is supposed to be playing, but he had some back issues on Sunday.
And LeBron is questionable as well with his.
What's he got a hangnail?
Who?
LeBron. He's got a hangnail. Is that why he's questionable?
He's got an ankle. He's been missing for a while now.
Look, I will give it to LeBron though. He will attempt to play. I think I've stated this before on this show. Anthony Davis is as soft as tissue paper.
Yes, you have.
Oh,
yes,
and more outlandish claims by whoever about Bronny James. They said that he's going to come in the NBA.
We talked about this Sunday night. I'm so sick of Bronny James.
They're saying that he's going to come in and he's going to outscore Kobe for rookie points in his first
my
year.
God.
Who said that?
Sucks.
The
kid sucks. He didn't get any playing time at USC. Come on.
He averaged
4 points a game.
Who made that comment? Because
I have to go and look because
I need to find their email so I can send them an email
asking what kind of drugs you want and do you have any that I can have?
No, I'm going to be diplomatic about it, but I will let them know that in no uncertain terms that they have lost their mind. If that's the case.
And they might just agree with you. I'm going to scan and see if I can find it. But yeah, they said that he's going to score more points in his rookie year than Kobe did.
Give me a break. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
He won't even score half the points that Kobe did in his rookie year.
He won't even score a quarter of the points, Wayne. I'm telling you.
I was trying to be nice.
I know you were. I know. I mean, but think about
Switching gears a little bit, excited that ESPN decided to do a 30 for 30 on Stuart Scott.
Yes, yeah. I was happy to see that too. I can't wait to see that.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's
right. Back to Bronny. Let me just say this. If Bronny was anywhere near the talent his dad is, he wouldn't have to go to college. He could have gotten drafted out of high school, which his dad did. Okay? As well as Kobe. They never went to college. They got drafted right out of high school.
All these people that are hyping him, making this claim and that claim, is making his life harder than it needs to be.
Yeah, harder than it needs because they're giving him. Now even think about meeting.
He can't even climb onto the pedestal that they're putting him on.
No, and he can't ride his father's back into the NBA. It's not going to happen. You know, God help him if someone like San Antonio drafts him and he goes to Popovich will run him off the freaking floor.
Oh, he'll get cut as a rookie.
Correct.
Pop does not play.
He doesn't
play.
Shit, he'll get cut in camp, yo.
Yeah, Bronny, I don't care what your last name is. I don't care what your lineage is. If you can't play, you ain't playing.
But here's the thing. Whoever drafts him, does LeBron leave LA to go to play for that team? What if Detroit
cares? Who cares?
He said he wanted to play with his son.
Yeah.
But what if Detroit drafts him?
Yeah. It won't matter. I mean,
James going to go play with the Pistons?
Now that's a good question. That is a good question. The only difference between LeBron and LeVar Ball is that LeBron came out of high school and went to the pros, where LeVar Ball averaged 2 points a game in college.
Right.
But he talks a lot of smack.
He's not that good. He really isn't.
Just more words to prove how shitty fucking LeBron James's ego is. I am the greatest player ever who wore the purple and gold. I brought hope, honor, and dignity to this franchise. Put that in your mind.
I mean, has he ever heard of Kareem? Has he ever heard of Magic? Has he ever heard of James Worthy?
Wilt Chamberlain,
Wilt
Jerry
Chamberlain.
West, Gail
Right.
Goodrich.
I mean,
Jamal
Jerry West
Wolf.
is the logo, for God's sake.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so here's supposedly this is a quote from Bronny James. The NBA throne always needs a king to rule. I'm confident I'll surpass LeBron James' greatness and become the league's new king.
I mean, what are these guys smoking, guys? I don't understand this.
All I have to say to that comment is crack kills.
Right.
Don't smoke crack. Remember,
Right.
remember the what was it? The Replacements? Was it remember the movie about the football team, the Scavs?
Right, with Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
Remember Lawrence
Keanu
Taylor?
Reeves. Yeah.
Because and his message was crack kills.
Yeah.
Don't smoke crack.
Yeah, if he thinks he's going to take over, he is sorely mistaken.
Sadly.
Anthony Edwards right now, if you had to pick the future face of the NBA, to me, it's Anthony Edwards or Victor Wembanyama.
It's Wembanyama as far as I'm concerned.
Wembanyama's it right now. I mean, what he did this
What is
year.
he, 7'5", 7'2", or something like that?
No, he's 7'4",
7'4".
and launching threes. Led rookies this year in 3-pointers made and block shots.
The kid needs to put some meat on his bones, though. He's skinny as hell.
Yeah, he's skinny as a rail, that's for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, the one guy in the only guy in the slam dunk contest to jump over a car retired today.
And that
Blake
would be
Griffin.
Oh, yeah, Griffin. Yeah. Yeah.
So he's done with the NBA. Although I think the NBA was done with him a long time ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe you got that backwards.
Good point. Good point.
Because he didn't really amount to much.
Nope.
All that hype. And that's what I'm saying. But you see, you put all that hype on a guy like Blake Griffin, and he comes in and fails. What the hell you think Bronny James is going to do?
He's going to be another one of those mid-level players that doesn't amount to much. If anything, he's going to make a lot of money in the NBA, but he's not going to be a superstar. He's not going to be a dominant. It's just, it's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, I've seen him play, and I'm sorry, his apple falls far, far, far from the tree. It really does.
By the way, off topic, the guy that called our current president Sleepy Joe fell asleep in court today.
Again? That's 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Or as I've seen on the internet, Don Snorleone.
That's a good one.
I always like making fun of the Donald. Anyway, I'm not going to go there because
he's about as ludicrous as Bronny James.
I'm not going to go there because I want to keep my job here. Anyway, all right. Can I ask you guys this? Did you guys happen to see Cedric Mullins catch last night in Baltimore?
Yes.
Oh my God! I mean, total stretch, total all out. I mean, the guy was horizontal to the ground when he went after that ball. It was great.
The key there is what they talked about this morning. It's all about angles, and he took the right angle to get to that ball.
Yeah, I mean, that was a phenomenal catch.
Otherwise, if he deviates an inch this way or an inch that, he doesn't catch that ball.
Right.
No, not even close. No. I saw the highlights. I was too busy watching the Braves beat the Astros.
I'm sure you're happy about that now. Come on.
Of course. Well, first, with the Astros losing, and second, they lost to my Braves. So,
Well, the friggin' Astros are in last place, aren't they?
Yes. And speaking of baseball, the two surprises I have currently are the Oakland A's, even though they're under 500, and the Kansas City Royals.
Well, the Oakland A's are a game and a half ahead of Houston.
Yeah, they're 7-9 or 7-10, something like that.
They're
7-10. Oakland is, yes.
Houston is 6-12.
And yes. And the Guardians are leading that division against Kansas City. They got a half-game lead on Kansas City.
Yeah, half-game lead over KC. That right. To me is shocking.
Well, you don't really mean to tell me that come August, September, Kansas City's still going to be there.
Well, how many games has Kansas City won up to this point?
11.
11. They'll still hit 54. But that's about it. Remember what I said Sunday. No matter how good you are, you're going to win. No matter how good you are, you're going to lose 54. No matter how bad you are, you're going to win 54. It's those other 54 games.
How about them White Sox with the 2-14 record in that division? I'm just loving it.
Oh, they're horrible.
Well, that whole American League West, the two top teams are at 500.
Yeah, Texas and LA. Yes.
Texas and the Angels. And the Angels aren't going to be there in the end. Are you kidding me?
Compared to the AL East, where the worst team is 500.
Look,
Right. Actually, no, the Red Sox are above 5. They're 529. They're 9-8.
9-8. Okay, yeah.
Here's the way I look at it. The teams that are for real are the teams that have the biggest or the differentials as far as runs scored opposed to runs given up. Okay. And right now you got Yankees and Orioles on top of the East with plus 19, plus 17. The Guardians are plus 35. A lot of that has to do because they play against Oakland.
Right.
Kansas City Royals are plus 39. The reason Chicago is 2-14, they're minus 53.
Yes.
You know, so if you look at it, the teams that are for real, those are the ones that have the highest, differential. And what's crazy is that the Central Division of the National League, 4 of the 5 teams are on the plus side. And in the National League West, 3 of the teams.
What's happened to the Cardinals, guys? I mean, supposedly, historically, they've been the dominant team in that division, but now
catches up with everybody, dude.
Yep.
Who do they have?
Well, they lost Pujols, so that was probably the beginning of the end for them.
Pujols, they don't have Molina. They don't have any of the. They don't have the pitcher? I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name right now. Wainwright.
Wainwright. They don't have any of those. Those were the key pieces when they were doing it, back in the day. But eventually, if you don't play your cards right, it's like right now. You look at the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys' current roster, they might not even make the playoffs if they keep the roster the way it is.
I'm thinking they might not even be a 500 team.
But yet Jerry Jones is all in. Yeah, all in on just what he's got.
Because they backed themselves into a financial corner years ago.
With Zeke's contract and with Dak's contract. Those 2 contracts is what killed the Cowboys.
Oh, and then they still got to pay CD, Michael Parsons.
Yep.
If they don't, I think this is Dak's last season in Dallas, to be honest with you. I think they're going to let him play on his last year of his contract. And
if they don't make the playoffs or he's one and done in the playoffs, he's done. He's out.
Currently constructed the way the Cowboys are, I'm 500. Well, since the 17 games now, they may finish 8-9 or 9-8.
Yeah.
They might not make the playoffs.
Right.
With all the there's good teams. Look, that NFC North alone. Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago might be doing some stuff this year because they improved their defense. They got some receivers.
Well, they're going to get Caleb Williams, and they got weapons around him to help him in his first year. So that's going to be fun to watch.
Probably they're at 9, so they might pick up another receiver. So now you're going to have DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and a top receiver coming out of college.
They're not going to get Marvin Harrison. I think the Arizona's going to get Marvin Harrison.
They picked up DeAndre Swift as well.
Yep.
And don't forget about the tight end Kmet.
Yep. Cole Kmet. That's another one. So Chicago might make some noise this year.
And Minnesota, they got all the pieces except for a quarterback, and I say that with Sam Darnold probably being the starter. But if they get J.J. McCarthy,
which I was going to say they're going to probably trade up to try to get J.J. McCarthy in that first round.
But let's keep in mind, okay, that even if they didn't do that, okay, let's just say that the season approaches and they're kind of stuck with starting Sam Darnold. Let's not forget that there was a guy picked number 1 a few years ago that had a brilliant career, had a great first year, turbulence after that, and resurrected his career last year with his 4th team.
It would be Baker Mayfield.
That would be Baker Mayfield.
Exactly.
Well, especially after being in San Francisco for a year under the tutelage of
And they
your
got
Yep.
Jefferson, they have
Yep.
Addison, they have Hawkinson.
Jefferson did not report to OTAs today. He did not report.
That's
Yeah,
that's
it's optional.
thing. They'll sign him before.
Yeah, it's optional. OTAs, they're optional.
OTAs don't mean anything. CeeDee Lamb didn't report either.
Right.
You know, although the constant rumors of Brandon Ayuk requesting a trade for San Francisco, which is total bullshit. Okay, he reported to camp.
They'll get a deal done with Ayuk.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Brock Purdy was on Pat McAfee today too. Oh, that boy can talk. That boy can, I mean,
You know what? He's a smart kid. He really is.
Dude. And I guess he saved some reporter's life they were shooting John Deere commercials in San Francisco.
I heard about that, but I don't know the whole story.
And
Yeah.
there was a reporter, and she was walking, and she had a dog with her, I guess. And there was this big old coyote
Oh shit.
coming towards her, and he yelled, "Coyote!" And she turned around and started going, and the coyote took off the other way.
So just by him yelling, he scared the coyote away?
It scared the coyote away. Yep.
Eliot making Brock Purdy look like Jesus and shit.
I didn't got to do nothing. That's just straight facts, dude. They gave him all kinds of props today over that. Technically he saved the reporter's life today.
Oh gosh.
Or at least the dog's life anyway.
Right, the dog's life is what I'm thinking. Yeah, you're right, Wayne.
Yeah, but if he goes after the dog, the owner's probably going to try to get into it, and then he's going to take out the owner too.
Yeah. Well, you know Brock's not going to get his hands dirty because he doesn't want to get injured prior to coming to training camp. So.
But that's just it. He said the only reason I yelled it is because nobody else was saying shit. And he goes, and the reporter said, "That's the biggest coyote I've ever seen in my life."
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a small wolf.
Small wolf. Well, yeah, that's what coyotes are. They're kind of like a wolf, but that's okay.
So, it's crazy, man. But yeah, I mean, Purdy's doing pretty good for here now, and Toyota. I'm sure he's got a whole lot of other stuff lined up. And his head is on straight. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Well, at least it is for now. I hope it just stays that way. But after this
Well, he
rookie
says
contract,
he's been that way throughout his whole life, where he doesn't get too high, he doesn't get too low.
He just got married too, guys. Remember, he just got married in the off season here too recently.
right. So of course now he can't make decisions for himself.
Yeah, but he's still only making like what, $700,000 a year. He's making like the league minimum as far as on his contract because he's still on his rookie contract.
Next till the year after next.
And then the Niners are going to have to dig into their pockets and pay the man.
Talking about 50, 60 mil a year. You know. So it'll be interesting.
So we're about a week away from the draft, guys. And we talked to Derek on Thursday last week and Sunday this past week.
I'm sure Derek would have liked to talk more on Sunday if we didn't spend 25 minutes on frickin' Masters bullshit.
I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
It was like we invite a guy that's on our show maybe 4 times a year, and he wants to take a fucking half hour to talk about the Masters.
Hello, friends.
I know he's gonna pull rank and say it's my fucking show. I'll do whatever the hell I want. But you know what? The show doesn't exist if you don't have a cast. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So next
Hello,
time we have
friends.
special people on, try to keep it short, dude. That whole time I was rolling my eyes after about 10 minutes, I was like, is this ever gonna fucking end?
No, well, you know. You know, it's the 1 week a year that I take off for anything golf related, and that's the Masters. So
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, you don't take freaking half the show when you got Derek on.
Well, and if Derek can make it for the draft, that'd be great. But if not, that's okay too. But I hope he can make it for the draft because the draft
I hope
show
so too.
next Thursday is going to be great. So we're looking forward to that.
They usually are. We usually have a lot of fun on those.
Yes, the draft show, annual draft show. I don't know if Wayne's been here for a draft show, but the
No.
annual draft show is a freaking trip. It's great. It's great. Live reaction. You know, John going, "What the hell are you doing, Buffalo?" And me going, "What the hell are you doing, Cleveland?" You know, I mean, and Eliot screaming at the Niners as well. Ken screaming at the Cowboys, "Do something, Jerry, do something." So we'll see how it goes, but I'm looking forward to that next week. Huh?
When was I screaming?
I'm just being facetious.
Okay.
You know, there's lots of reaction going on. I remember a few years ago when the Browns took Johnny Manziel, and I was like, "Oh my God, my life is over." I was just so pissed off about that pick.
Shit, you cried when they took Baker.
I did. You're right.
What would have happened? You know what? I sit back and I say to myself, what if they had taken Josh Allen instead of Baker?
Well, knowing the history of the Browns and their coaching staff, Josh Allen would die a quick death in Cleveland because the coaching staff was so awful back then. But that's
at that point in time.
But wait a second.
Right?
Baker did well in his first season with Cleveland.
Well, yeah, he came in relief during the Jets game and won that game. But his best season was his second year. Yes, you're correct, because he led us to the playoffs.
I'm pretty sure if Josh Allen would have went, he would have did better than Baker Mayfield, and he would have stayed the hell away from progressive commercials.
Oh gosh, you know what? He's in Florida now, so probably he'll end up doing Geico commercials because Geico is actually centered here in Lakeland. So, he'll be doing Geico commercials next.
No, the gecko put a damper on that.
Oh,
Gecko said, "I'm not sharing nothing with Baker."
Okay.
And the caveman's making a comeback as well.
And the caveman's making a comeback.
Yes, the caveman's been making a comeback. You're right.
He said, "Baker be damned." He worked for Progressive.
So what else you guys want to talk about? We did baseball a little bit.
Okay, Cody Rhodes. What do you want to talk about?
How about The Rock shouting out Cody Rhodes, and his cousin and Seth Rollins on Twitter today? That was great.
He said Seth Rollins was the MVP of the WrestleMania.
Yeah, he did.
Seth Rollins, yeah. And what about Rhea Ripley having to give up her title last night?
I didn't see that part of it. That's all right.
Yeah, she had to fork over her title because the week before, I guess Liv Morgan, who she had injured Liv a year ago, and put Liv out for like 8 months.
Yeah.
Liv blindsided her with a chair, and I guess caused her to dislocate her wrist. And so she's going to be out for about.
She's going to abdicate her title because she's injured.
Yeah, if she can't defend it, then she has to give it up.
Got to vacate.
Yep. So now I'm sure they're going to have some kind of battle royal or some kind of thing where next week they crown a new women's champion.
So the boss gets it. I like her.
Who?
Chick from Scotland, the red hair.
Oh, Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch, yes.
AKA Rebecca Queen.
Yeah, I would love to see her get the title. I'll Becky Lynch.
No relation, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I know.
None.
You wish.
The hair color's off.
You wish. A different branch of the Lynch family tree, just going to say. No, I like Becky Lynch. I've liked her since she premiered, debuted.
Now there's rumblings that it's possible that New England could trade down.
Why would they trade down? They need a freaking quarterback.
Because there will be other quarterbacks available a little later.
They're not going to get a franchise quarterback down in the 10th, 11th, 12th pick. They're not going to get.
Here we go. Let's go ahead and revisit that argument. How many times do you get how many first round quarterbacks have become franchise quarterbacks?
Not many.
Exactly.
Not many.
So you can't tell me that New England's going to pick Drake May and he's going to beat Tom Brady. That's not going to happen.
They're not going to find another Tom Brady. I'm sorry. I mean, that's like, I mean, he's the unicorn.
I'm just saying.
There are no Tom Bradys in this draft. I'm telling you.
You know what? You know what else Brock Purdy did for this league? He dispelled the fact that you should go in the first round and find a great quarterback. Okay, you can find a great quarterback. Dak Prescott wasn't in the fourth round.
Well, yeah, but then you can't go by Dak because he sucks.
No, but he's a great stats person. I mean,
stats. Yeah, if you're in fantasy football,
he's good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that the numbers he's put up Dallas.
Playoff winner in his entire career.
I understand. So he's a postseason piece of shit. I get it.
Yes.
Okay, but his numbers he's no different than what Peyton Manning used to do. Peyton Manning used to be the best regular season quarterback, and then when the playoffs came around, he was gone.
That's because Tom Brady was in the stolen game.
I think Dak Prescott has a better chance to win a Super Bowl somewhere else than he does in Dallas.
Agreed.
Yeah, you know what? If Dak Prescott was under a different coaching staff, I would agree with you. Because
if he was under different ownership.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I totally agree.
The organization in itself, look, the organization eats itself the inside out.
Let me ask you guys something. Is his son any better than Jerry is, or is he just as bad?
Just as bad.
Stephen Jones, right? Is that his name, Stephen Jones?
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say he's kept Jerry on the tracks for the last few years. He and the other person, I can't remember his name.
Apple Tree.
Well, yeah, but you know what? Stevens had been the picks that Steve has made are better than what Jerry's has been in the last few years.
Yeah, but by the Jerry's done, there won't be a team left for Steven to frickin' run.
Correct.
Yeah, there'd be a skeleton crew.
Correct.
He's gonna run that team into the ground. Like I said, you look, Dak Prescott, round 4. Brady was what, round 6?
Round 6. Yep.
299, number 299 overall.
So number 1 doesn't make. Everybody thought Bryce Young was going to be this tremendous franchise quarterback.
Oh hell no, he's not.
Okay, but C.J. Stroud did well, right?
Right? No.
Hey, Wayne, our team made that mistake thinking they could trade away a boatload of draft picks for freaking Trey Lance, and now he's with freaking Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
First round doesn't guarantee you shit.
I will say this about New England if they decide to move out of the third spot. If they decide to trade down, I think Minnesota jumps all over that.
Well,
they have the draft.
You know who else is in there as a possibility? The Giants. Because if they trade with the Giants, then they're going to get probably a couple extra picks, but they'll just go from 3 to 6.
True.
Which means they can still get J.J. McCarthy.
Or Drake, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But as they said this morning on the radio, if you have the opportunity and you feel that's the person you want, then you need to take them now because there's no guarantee that next year is going to be any better.
Right.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that New England can pick up more draft capital from the Giants or from whoever just to trade that number 3 pick.
Well,
there's going to be another quarterback after that, whether it's McCarthy or Penix or
Bo Nix.
You know what I'm saying? There will be more quarterbacks. And again, history shows that there's a lot more success after the first round when it comes to quarterbacks than in the first round.
There's always a diamond in the rough out there that nobody thought would come to the surface. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that could be that Rattler kid.
I mean.
Oh, Spencer Rattler? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, think about it, guys. Brady was the 299th overall pick in that draft. She showed some brilliance at Michigan the last season he was there. But nobody thought he would become what he became. Nobody thought he was going to be that way. You know? But after he was drafted in the 6th round, he went up to Robert Kraft and said, "You just made the best decision of your life by drafting me." And he wasn't.
What position did you say he was drafted in? What pick?
29 overall.
No, it's $199.
Was it $199 or $2? It must have. Okay, it's $199.
I'm looking at it right now.
I apologize. I was off by 100, but still.
Yeah, that's about another 4 or 5 rounds, dude.
Number 199, or else in the 6th round, towards the end of the 6th round is when he got drafted.
Yeah. So again, you just don't know. Did Tom Brady went out of Michigan? Did anybody believe he was
No.
the person?
No.
No. He was
No.
a backup.
I mean, you look at his combine numbers and you look at his combine photograph. He looks like he looks like he needs a sandwich. Okay, I'm just saying.
A few sandwiches.
Yeah, a few sandwiches. Okay. But what turned Tom Brady around was his off the field regimen. He decided he was going to focus on his health and his body, and that's what did it. It took a lot of commitment to be able to do that. I mean, the guy's diet was just sick.
Check this out. Tom Brady, okay, in the 2000 draft, these 6 quarterbacks are drafted ahead of him.
Oh, here we go.
Chad Pennington, which was a first-round pick, by the way, Chad Pennington.
Right.
What did he amount to? Absolutely nothing.
He had some good years with the Giants. I mean, with the Jets. That's okay.
A good year here, a good year there.
Right.
That's it. He had a good year with Miami. He had 1 good year with the Jets. That was it.
Right.
Next, and Giovanni Carmasi.
Oh my God, that's a mooch pick too, by the way.
Yeah,
that was a mooch pick.
Exactly. Chris Redman.
Who?
Chris Redman of Louisville, picked by the Baltimore Ravens.
That didn't work out too well.
No. The Steelers picked T. Martin from Tennessee.
Yeah, that didn't work out well. And going back to the Ravens pick, just think how bad that pick was when actually Trent Dilfer was your quarterback when they won the Super Bowl. So I'm just saying.
And the next pick was Mark Bulger.
He was okay with the Rams for a while, but he never got over the top.
He was okay. He wasn't Tom Brady.
Correct.
And then Spurgeon Wynn.
Oh my God!
Oh God, the Browns would root the day they
Yeah.
Oh my God! You had to bring up the Spurgeon Wynn. Thank you, Eliot, for putting the knife in my back. I appreciate you.
Would you rather have Spurgeon or would you rather go fishing for sturgeon?
Correct.
The 2 quarterbacks on that list, okay, that kind of did a little bit of something were Pennington and Bulger, right?
Yes.
Well, Pennington, once his shoulder got wrecked, he was done.
Well, Bulger.
They combined for the same amount of seasons that Tom Brady did.
Right,
himself.
but the problem with Bulger was he was under Mike Martz. That's the problem with Bulger. He wasn't under, what's his face?
Yeah, but Kurt Warner was under. Kurt Warner was under Mike Martz.
Yes, he was, but
and Kurt Warner was packing bags at grocery stores at the time.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
but what made Kurt Warner?
That was Dick Vermeil.
Correct. That was Dick Vermeil that made Kurt Warner. Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you take those 6 quarterbacks that got drafted ahead of Tom Brady, and I rest my case says, don't tell me that if you have a chance to pick a franchise quarterback at number 3, that's what's going to happen.
Correct.
Because chances are it might not. Why? Because a lot of the quarterbacks that do really, really well in college, they're playing against teenagers. They're playing against youngsters. Once you get to the NFL, the game gets faster.
But Eliot, you also have to take into consideration the fact that whatever team that picks these quarterbacks high in the first round, they don't have any talent. The reason why is because they sucked the previous season. Okay? And just because they draft a quarterback doesn't mean they're going to be good the next year, because they don't have the offensive line, they don't have receivers, they don't have a good coaching staff, whatever the reason. That's
right. Okay, so a team that was supposed to be non-relevant for 5 years, went out and got C.J. Stroud, and now they're relevant today.
You know what? And C.J. Stroud is the abnormal data.
He's the anomaly. I get it. He's the anomaly.
He's the anomaly, yes.
Right. But and again, you're making my argument for me.
Okay.
If New England trades, who knows? They may avoid Drake May. Drake May winds up being a bust because it can't happen. You know what I'm saying?
So they take Pennick or JJ, what's his face?
Don't forget,
instead.
Trey Lance was drafted at number 3 too.
But Trey Lance is only a backup in Dallas. I mean, he's been moved around from San Francisco to Dallas. I mean, the Niners didn't want him.
He was still a number 3 because he was hyped coming out of college.
Yep.
He was a Division II quarterback.
Okay. Now tell me how Brock Purdy would if he was the number 3 pick.
A lot different than
the hate that he gets now.
Yeah, a lot different than the critics gave him. Oh, he's just a system quarterback. Blah blah blah, which makes me want to go on my rant about system quarterbacks, but I'm not going to do it.
What was funny today? What's funny today is Pat McAfee said, "Hey, you know what? For a game manager, for a check down quarterback, you actually led the league in yards per attempt."
Yeah.
Hi there.
How you doing, Ken?
And Tom Brady.
Hot,
Tom
sweaty,
Brady
and
was a
tired.
game manager too.
Thanks for asking.
As a matter of fact, Tom Brady was the best game manager ever.
Is he sweaty and tired, Ken?
Hot, sweaty, and tired, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a combination. That's like sleep is not too far away.
Yes.
Before we go any farther, I think we should take a moment to acknowledge the life of Whitey Herzog.
Whitey Herzog.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. 92 years old.
Man. We lost him today?
Yep.
Oh, man.
At the age of 92.
92.
I mean, Whitey, the countless clips of him throwing sand on umpires' shoes is tremendous.
Loved it. Loved every minute of it.
Here's the thing, though. If before today somebody asked me about Whitey Herzog, I would have said, he's still alive.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know he was still alive either.
Yeah. For decades.
Hmm.
You know,
the historic manager, of the Reds for all those years. So yeah, absolutely.
Look, if you live to
Cardinals too.
You mean Cardinals, right?
If you lived to 90 years,
yes,
you had a good life.
He did. He did, in fact. 82 world champions.
My mom's about to be 90 in 2 days. She lived a good life.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy belated. Or happy early, I should say.
Early, yeah.
Ken, I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but you need to pencil in the fact that we're not going to have a show on the 5th or the 7th of May.
No, 5th or 7th?
Nope, no, correct. The 5th is a Sunday, the 7th is a Tuesday.
No, Cinco de Mayo, no Siete de Mayo.
Correct. And I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be in North Carolina on that Friday.
Yeah, he's
rescuing a friend and being a decent human being by getting her out of there and bringing her back to Florida. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So basically, Ken, there's no show on the 5th, but it doesn't mean you can't have a 5th.
Right.
We'll have a 5th.
Cinco de Mayo is Cinco de Mayo after all.
Cinco de Mayo will be Cinco de Margarita.
There you go.
Margarita, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be wasting away in Margaritaville. That's what we're going to be doing.
That's a national in the Southwest.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, Eliot's making a trip to Arizona. I can feel it now. Let's go, Eliot. Time to go visit the kid, Eliot. Let's go.
I'm not going to Arizona. It'll be hot by then. It's hot now. My niece was like, I can't even go outside and exercise. It's 95 degrees outside.
So what's on your mind this football Tuesday or Tuesday of the week, Ken? What do you got going on in your head as far as sports are concerned? Did you watch the draft last night?
I did not watch the draft. I heard about it, but did not get to see it.
I watched the entire first round.
I watched up to pick number 8.
I know that Caitlin was number 1 and going to the Indiana Fever.
Yes.
Yep. She's
I know Dallas picked 3-point guards.
Aaliyah
So
Boston.
we should have 3-point guards. Shouldn't have any trouble bringing the ball up court.
One out of those 3 got to work out for him. You know what I'm saying?
Hope so. One of them was that cute girl from Ohio State. I hadn't heard about her.
I still say the Chicago Sky made off with Cardoso and Angel Reese.
Shout out to B. Rich.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, B?
It's my dog. What's up? My New York Knicks brother from another mother.
Not the New York Knicks. Are they in the playoffs now, Eliot? Did they make the playoffs?
Yeah, they'll be there Saturday waiting for the winner of Philly and Miami.
All right.
They're the number 2 seed. I
Number
think.
2 seed in the East.
Number 2
That's
seed,
right.
yes. Despite the injury to Julius Randle, despite everything, number 2 seed. And
and Ken.
Jalen Brunson is the most disrespected player in the NBA.
God, here we go.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because he should have made the USA team ahead of Tyrese Halliburton
Oh, God.
and Drew Holiday.
I will agree with that. I will agree 100% with that.
Please make it stop, Lord. Please.
Maybe not Drew
It's the
Holiday
truth.
is good defensively, but yeah, he should have beat out
One thing you'll
Halliburton.
notice about Scott is when you're telling the truth, he doesn't like it.
I don't like any of it. Let's
He
go.
is
He should
averse
beat out
to the
Halliburton.
truth.
Let's go Cavs. Number 4 seed in the East. Let's go Cavaliers. They get Orlando in the first round.
Yeah, and they got nobody on the U.S. team, so
That's all right. That's all right. We've
I
already
kind of
said
want Orlando to win just because of what the Cavs did on Sunday, losing to.
they lost on purpose just to better their.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Yeah.
God, that was disgusting. I was so
Two-
I
tired.
want Orlando to win so we can play them, so I can go.
And you can go after me again, Eliot. I know, just like with the Lightning and the Browns. I know you want to go after me again. That's all right.
Well, they lost to the Hornets too on Sunday, which, by the way, I now refer to as hot garbage. So you can't. You got Tristan Thompson playing point guard,
Where?
bringing the ball up the court.
Where?
Can we,
Go Hornets have been.
Wayne, should we start calling them the whole nets?
We've already sent our thoughts
The
and
Charlotte
prayers.
Buzzkill.
Ken, we've already sent our thoughts and prayers to the New York Rangers for winning the President's Cup.
Yeah.
Guaranteeing
not
them
thoughts
a
and prayers.
first round
I
exit.
congratulated
in the
them.
playoffs.
Better thee than me.
I congratulated them for securing a first-round exit in this year's NHL playoffs. Isn't that
Sorry,
what happens when
Josh.
you win the President's Cup?
Yes.
Sorry, Josh Cantor.
Yeah. Oh, Wayne and I know Josh Cantor, don't we, Wayne? We know Josh.
Yeah.
He's a fellow Browns fan, but he's made the mistake of rooting for Kentucky and the Knicks, so I don't know what's going on with that guy.
Yep. And Ohio State.
And Ohio State, I'd appreciate that, so that's fine.
Mm.
But still, I know
And the
that
Knicks
team up
fan
north.
too?
That team up north resents that fact, but that's okay, Ken.
Well, we can overlook a lot of things.
Whatever.
See, you don't say Michigan, Scott. You say
I
that
will
team
never
up
say
north.
Michigan. I will never say that name on this show. No, it's that team up north. That's all it is.
I'll say it. Michigan.
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 Well, you
No,
already
please.
know how I feel about that other team, supposedly in state of North Carolina.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
It's the same. It's
I
the
don't
same deal
like
with
the-
me, Wayne. The same deal with me with that team up north.
The Ohio State Fuckeyes.
That was unnecessary.
You know
That
what,
was
guys?
completely-
Wayne
that
and
was
Ken, I wish
completely
there were.
unnecessary.
I wish we had a similar function on this show as the Hammer was when I was a host back in the day in MSN.
You understand?
I want that. I want that. I want that hammer. I want that hammer.
Hang on one second.
We'll send you a gavel. How's that?
One of the beautiful things about MSN chat back in the day, Eliot, was that whoever was up there as the host had what they called a hammer, and we could boot and kick anybody out of the chat room that we wanted to for being a bad person.
Oh, you guys, hey, Dwayne, Will Bynum, remember him?
Yeah,
Bynum.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Yep.
Detroit for
Yep.
6 seasons.
Yeah.
He just got sentenced to 18 months in prison.
Oh, go figure.
I'm not
Well,
shocked
I
he
mean,
went to Georgia Tech.
You can't really suffer until you're going to play with the Detroit Pistons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could ruin your psyche at any point in time.
Ken, did you see that Cedric Mullins catch last night in Baltimore?
I did.
How about that,
was
man?
amazing.
It's not like they haven't shown it every 5 minutes for the last 24
I know,
hours.
right?
Jesus Christ.
Only then, he had what, 3 RBIs last night?
If you
Yeah, and
haven't
he
seen
made the
RBIs?
Sports Center top
if you
10. So
hadn't
yeah,
seen it, you
absolutely.
haven't been in a coma. You've been in a coma all day.
Horizontal, Superman.
That was amazing.
Like I said, it was all about the angle that he took. Because
buddy.
if he deviates one way or the other, he doesn't catch that ball.
He's got some wheels too.
Oh yeah, Cedric Mullins. Yeah. He can ball.
Yep.
Being in Texas, Ken, and I don't know if you saw the game. Well, I know you're in the regional center for the Ranger games, but the Braves had to go ahead and put their foot up the Astros' ass yesterday.
I think
6-1.
everybody's doing that to the
Doesn't bother
Astros.
me in the least. I'm enjoying the fact that they're the Lastros again. So
Yeah, the Astros.
I mean, they're even behind the Oakland A's by a game and a half.
that's right.
Yeah.
Houston Lastros.
I got company, guys. This is Loki. How you doing, Loki?
Yes, hi Loki. Where's your other
Formerly
cat?
known as Groot.
Oh, that's
Formerly
right.
known as Groot. Yes, correct.
Oh, okay, the same one. Okay.
Yep. There you go.
The artist formerly
I
known
renamed him Loki because he is mischievous and he gets trouble.
Hey, Scott,
Yeah.
you might want to read what Sheila put. Oh, how I hate the.
I'm ignoring Sheila at this point, Wayne. I'm just letting you know I'm ignoring Sheila. Okay?
Speak your
Thank you,
mind,
Sheila.
I'm
girl.
not going to justify that comment with a comment from me. I'm just not going to do it.
Sheila, speak
Sheila.
your mind, girl.
Speak your
Thank you,
truth.
Sheila.
Speak your truth, Sheila. Speak your truth.
Spit that truth out.
Preach.
Scott
Preach.
loves the truth. Honesty is something Scott appreciates when it comes to his teams.
Oh, for God's sake, help me,
Can I-
Lord, please.
Can I have a few minutes just
Oh, I'll
for
fill a rant.
Take what you need,
Yeah.
Ken. I'm glad you're here.
Fill a
I have a
rant.
rant with the CBS television network.
Yes, I do too. Go ahead. You saw that too the other night.
You don't chop the last 2 minutes of Piano Man off just to start the news, late news. You knew the Masters was going into overtime, broadcast wise. So go ahead and leave it. You've gone this far. You might as well leave it. Don't hide it, Billy
Tell
Joel.
that to the Jetters.
Yes, don't hide it, Billy Joel. So. But
Well, they
Yes,
got-
Billy Joel got hiding. You're right. Yeah, he got hiding.
They're about to re-air it later this week.
They're
Yeah,
going to
they're
re-air
gonna
it
re-air it on Friday night.
19th in its entirety. Yes, they're going to re-air
Yep,
it. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, you don't cut off Billy Joel when he's in the middle
No,
of Piano
especially
Man.
not Piano Man. That's a
Exactly.
that's it.
But you know what? That's what they call a hard cut.
Yes, it is hard.
It just that's
Well,
just the way it works.
Felt like it cut my nuts.
You know what?
off.
Whoever did that, whoever made the decision, it's on CBS. Get
Yes.
rid of that bitch. Get it.
I hope
Fire.
he got fired.
Me too. You don't cut off Billy Joel in the middle of Piano Man.
So if the
especially
president
Piano
of
Man.
CBS made that decision, who the hell's going to fire? Who's the hell's going to fire him?
Oh, well, yeah.
Stockholders,
They got protocols in
board
place.
of directors. I don't know.
Trust me, it
just pissed me
wasn't.
off. I thought
CBS
it was
does
just
that a
my.
lot.
I thought it was just my local affiliate, but turns out it was nationwide, or at least the eastern part of the United States. Western part got to see it. I guess you got to see it, Wayne.
No, I didn't get to see it. I personally didn't remember it was on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll probably rewatch it when it comes on the 19th.
Same here. I didn't.
Yes, the Heidi concert.
Which will be
yes.
Friday night, by the way, guys. Friday night. you
Very
know.
nice.
So John can
I'm
go
hoping
spit.
to
We're going to
be-
watch Billy Joel instead. I'm just saying.
I'm hoping to get back in time from the function I'm going to see that at least the last
Sorry, Piano
I
Man
wanna-
Friday.
30 minutes.
I do want to send my congratulations to Ken. The Red
Whoa.
Sox are actually over
They are
by one game.
by one game.
They're still last in the division, but hey, they're over 500.
They
Hell,
lost to
baby.
the Guindians yesterday,
They're tied with the Rays at 9-8 and the Blue Jays.
though, and the Blue Jays. Yeah.
Eliot's got bragging rights. The Yankees are 12-5.
AL East, tough, baby.
That's
Mhm.
the toughest division in baseball.
It's a minefield.
Toughest division in baseball.
Yep. I mean, they got teams up and down that in that division.
I mean, you got a 2-game lead over the Phillies in the Central, in the East. there,
In the
Wayne.
East. Yeah. Yeah.
in the
Look,
East. So.
Atlanta's going to run away with that shit because the rest of those teams in that division are mediocre at best.
I don't know. Since Strider went down, and we need to fill in that gap as far as the pitching rotation is concerned.
Right.
Hey, we lost Cole for 2 months, and it hasn't hurt us one bit.
Yeah, well, it hadn't hurt us yet, but I mean, Strider's gone for a whole year.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Atlanta have offense where they can make up for the pitching. You know,
Yes.
they will outscore teams.
Yes, they will.
So
You can bank on that.
Yeah.
By the way, I cannot wait for that future series between the Miami Marlins and the Chicago White Sox.
That's gonna be a doozy. 3 and 14 against 2 and 13.
Is there even a Field of Dreams game this year? I haven't heard.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's a Field of
I'm
Dreams.
thinking of playing it in Birmingham.
Then they should send Miami and Chicago to that game so that they can dream about contending in baseball.
Yeah, the Braves plus 24, plus minus or plus run differential.
Plus 24 already?
Yep.
Wow.
Not as good as the AL Central, Cleveland and Kansas City.
Yeah, but that Cleveland was a bit of an anomaly since they played Oakland 4 games at the beginning of the season. Come on now.
Yeah,
we just walked off the Yankees 1 game of that series.
Or a packed house of 200.
Yeah, and we gifted you that game because Gleyber Torres can't field a ground ball to save his life.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
Anthony Rizzo made an error in that inning too.
You're going to blame it all on Aaron Boone, though, right?
No, I blame last night on Aaron Boone.
Okay. All right, fellas, it's 7 o'clock.
With the Glaber.
All right, it's 7 o'clock. We're going to get out of here. I've taken
Taco
enough
Tuesday
abuse
is
from
time
Eliot
for
for
me to
one
grab
night.
some tacos somewhere.
Oh, that is right. That's Taco Tuesday.
Cheers, Taco
30
Tuesday.
minutes till game time. Hello.
I did make a promo earlier, Ken. Domino's has a New York style pizza. I love it. So anyway.
That would be thick crust?
It would be
No,
New
no,
York style where you
thin
can
crust.
fold it
No,
and
no,
put it in your
New York
mouth.
style.
Yeah.
And toss.
Yes, correct.
Chicago's the thick top.
Yes, Chicago's deep dish.
My bad.
That's what New York pizza is. And toss.
Yes, yeah. Chicago is deep dish, and it's not hand tossed. You eat Chicago pizza with a friggin' fork and knife, for God's sake. It's almost a pie as opposed to a pizza. Anyway,
You ever seen Detroit pizza?
Oh, yeah, Detroit pizza? Yeah.
Yeah, square and thick. As
and the sauce is on top of the pepperoni. No,
on
get out
top,
of here.
yeah.
Get out of here with that crap.
No
Anyway,
wonder the Pistons are in last.
yeah, no wonder. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks everyone that showed up, including Cheryl, and of course
Sheila. Oh, Sheila.
Sheila
Oh, shit.
being very energetic and being very into the show and getting comments out. We love you, Sheila. Thank you for being
Don't forget Be Rich.
Oh, Be Rich
Be
is always
rich, hot dog.
Be Rich is always great. I love
Hot
it.
dog.
I love
Orange
it.
and blue skies,
Be
be
Rich.
rich.
On behalf of my co-host tonight, Mr. Biggie Da Barber Lamba, Mr. Wayne Lynch, and of course Ken Koslow. I am the sports nerd.
Great Ken Costello.
Right. Well, we'll see you again in a couple of days on Thursday night at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Time. On that note, Eliot, play the outro.
And there you have it, folks. Another episode of the Sports Nerd Show in the books, and it's on to the next. Thanks each and every one of you for joining us. We do sincerely hope you will come back next week as we roll out another episode of the Sunday Night Sports Nerd Show. But until then, on behalf of the Sports Nerd Scott Wright and his co-hosts John Olson, Ken Koslow, and me, Big E, we'd like to wish you all a great night and an excellent week that's filled with all the sports content any sports fan could possibly ask for. That's right, boys and girls. You've just been hit with a pack rant from the Rant Pack. And with that, Sports Nerd Nation, we are out.